Hello everyone, thank you for attending my class. Today we are going to talk about seasons of the year. Do you know all the seasons of the year? I'm sure you do. Spring, summer, fall or autumn, winter. What happens during each season? What are the dates of each season? What are some of the activities we can do during a particular season? What are the natural disasters that can happen during a season? What is your favorite time of the year? Spring, also known as springtime, is one of the four temperate seasons, succeeding winter and preceding summer. There are various technical definitions of spring, but local usage of the term varies according to local climate, cultures, and customs. When it is spring in the northern hemisphere, it is autumn in the southern hemisphere, and vice versa. At the spring or vernal equinox, days and nights are approximately 12 hours long, with daytime length increasing and nighttime length decreasing as the season progresses until the summer solstice in June, northern hemisphere, and December, southern hemisphere. Spring and springtime refers to the season and also to ideas of rebirth, rejuvenation, renewal, resurrection, and regrowth. Subtropical and tropical areas have climates better described in terms of other seasons. Dry or wet, monsoonal or cyclonic. Cultures may have local names for seasons which have little equivalence to the terms originating in Europe. During spring, the leaves start to fall off the trees. The colors are beginning to change. The temperature starts to get warmer. Summer is the hottest of the four temperate seasons, occurring after spring and before autumn, at the center on the summer solstice. Daylight hours are longest and darkness hours are shortest, with day length decreasing as the season progresses after the solstice. The earliest sunrises and latest sunsets also occur near the date of the solstice. The date of the beginning of summer varies according to climate, tradition, and culture. When it is summer in the northern hemisphere, it is winter in the southern hemisphere, and vice versa. What are some of the wonderful activities we can do in the summer? Summer is the perfect time to go to the beach and go swimming. Something very, very important happens during the summer. Can you guess what it is? No school in most of the world during the summer. Isn't that just wonderful? Everyone needs a break, especially if you work hard during a school year to get good grades. Everyone needs a break. Notice I said needs, not deserves a break. Okay? And look to the picture on the right. This little girl is frustrated that she has too much homework. Life is just not fair. Autumn, also known as fall in American English and Canadian English, is one of the 4 temperate seasons on Earth. Outside the tropics, autumn marks the transition from summer to winter in September, Northern Hemisphere, or March, Southern Hemisphere. Autumn is the season when the duration of daylight becomes noticeably shorter and the temperature cools considerably. Day length decreases and night length increases as the season progresses until the winter solstice in December, Northern Hemisphere, and June, Southern Hemisphere. One of its main features in temperate climates is the striking change in color for the leaves of deciduous trees as they prepare to shed. And last, the season of winter. Snow, holidays, Christmas, wearing jackets and warm clothes. Winter is the coldest season of the year in polar and temperate climates. It occurs after autumn and before spring. The tilt of Earth's axis causes seasons winter occurs when a hemisphere is oriented away from the sun. Different cultures define different dates as the start of winter, and some use a definition based on weather. When it is winter in the northern hemisphere, it is summer in the southern hemisphere, and vice versa. In many regions, winter brings snow and freezing temperatures. The moment of winter solstice is when the sun's elevation with respect to the north or south pole is at its most negative value. That is, the sun is at its furthest below the horizon as measured from the pole. The day on which this occurs has the shortest day and the longest night, with day length increasing and night length decreasing as the season progresses after the solstice. The earliest sunset and latest sunrise days outside the polar regions differ from the date of the winter solstice and depend on latitude. They differ due to a variation in the solar day throughout the year caused by the Earth's elliptical orbit. Search earliest and latest sunrise and sunset. Just for fun, I put some trivia questions in here. So imagine we are in a classroom and I ask you the following questions. Tell me if it's false or true. The term vernal is Latin for spring. False or true? True. Babies conceived in the spring are more likely to be premature. True. Scientists think this is due to a pregnant woman contracting the flu later in their pregnancies, increasing the risk of premature labor. The fall and spring equinox are the only 2 times during the year when the sun rises due east and sets due west. True. Spring helps us stay healthier. Our bodies create more mucus with more humid air. True. A person at the South Pole on the first day of spring would see the sun skimming across the horizon beginning 6 months of uninterrupted daylight. False. This happens at the North Pole. Now let's do some trivia questions about summer. What old English word did the word summer come from? Sumor. The term SPF is seen in all sunscreen bottles. What does it stand for? Sun protection factor. When was the year without summer because Mount Tambora erupted? 1816. What is the oldest beach in America? Revere Beach in Revere, Massachusetts. In 1986, it became the first public beach. What is the longest day of the year? Summer solstice. Now here on the bottom right is a note that I would like to read it to you. You should use sun protection every day. Regular use of SPF 15 can reduce the risk of melanoma by 50%. Plus, it helps with premature aging. You know, I wish I knew this when I was 20 because I probably would look a little bit younger than right now. But I did not know. Nobody told me. Now let's do some trivia questions about the fall. What flower is sometimes called the ladder to heaven? Lily of the valley. What is the birthstone of babies born in April? The diamond. Who doesn't want a diamond? We all do. All garden grandiflora and floribunda are all types of which flower? Roses. In the northern hemisphere, what is the first day of spring also known as? The vernal equinox. What is the average temperature Fahrenheit in Paris in April? Somebody that should know this answer is Dr. Hamas from Iraq, since he lived in France for some time. I never been there, but it's 52. What event is observed in Christian churches 1 week before Easter? Palm Sunday. Now, let's do some trivia about winter. Snowflakes are actually of what color? Translucent, not white. But in my opinion, I don't know if translucent is actually a color. That is up to debate. The word solstice means what? Sun stands still. Notice the quotation marks in there. The lowest temperature ever recorded occurred at what place? Antarctica's Vostok Station. It was minus 98.2 degrees Celsius, minus 128.6 degrees Fahrenheit, in July 21st, 1983. Winter Festival of Lights takes place in which country during winter? Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. A blackbird pulse can drop to how many beats during winter? 40 to 50 beats per minute in the winter, from 40 or so in the summer. Reykjavik Winter Lights Festival takes place in which country during winter? Iceland. I still want to go to Iceland one of these days. I heard it's absolutely beautiful. Now this one's, You're gonna have to answer it on your own. Of course, I already know the answers because some of them I just know them and I do my research before I do a class. I'll read you the question. You figure it out the answer. During the season, the leaves change color and fall off the tree. That's, of course, on the lesson. This is the coldest season. You circle the right answer. This season has flowers bloom. This is the hottest season. There are space seasons in the year. And another word for fall is... Thank you for attending my class. I hope you learned something new today. Please subscribe to my channel and like my videos. Also remember that English is my second language. However, it's good for you to hear different accents, as you would not always practice your English with an American. Remember that practice expands your vocabulary and helps with retention when learning another language. Try to listen to music in English. You can watch videos, movies, or television in English to improve your understanding. Until next time, I love you all. Have a wonderful rest of the week. And I hope my voice sounds better now because I bought a new microphone. I hope it helped. Bye-bye.